Okay, I'm gonna label this video Evil Aliens Part 2. I did another Evil Aliens one like a year and a half ago, but it was before I was really started to get interested again in the alien stuff, because I'd been really busy doing other shit for the last few decades, like a decade or whatever. And so yeah, I've learned a lot more. And I'm gonna do this video because, you know, Stephen Hawking comes out and it's like, the aliens are bad. If the aliens come, they're bad because they've mined their planet and they only come here, you know, on the back. Maybe he saw Avatar and he was like, oh my god, that's us, you know. Like, and he saw Avatar, and then he was like, talked to some scientist friends who were like, yeah, it turns out, you know, black government, you know, we do have harbinger aliens and stuff, and, you know, have captured aliens. So he's like, okay, aliens, evil aliens. The aliens are like us from Avatar, you know, they're gonna come here and mine us and kill us and all that shit. You know, and it does turn out that if you were to look at it, see, I don't get energy straight. I don't get my ideas straight out of the air. I get my ideas from like listening to other people, aliens and channelers and stuff, and all the channels like Barbara Marciniak, you know, people who channel aliens in Raw say that there are evil aliens. Raw says that the evil aliens are these Orions. They're from Orion, and they have a hierarchy, and but it's different from how like, you know, Stephen Hawking, I'll call him, and the scientists, all these people, other people, sci-fi writers and stuff, think that the aliens are evil. It's not quite like that. They think that they're evil and they come over here and they'll fuck us over by taking our resources. But I think they're scientific, technologically, they're more advanced than that. They don't really need come here to get our resources. I know in the past not the ones, not like the higher ones, because you can have evil aliens all the way up to the 5th dimension. And I think you can have evil aliens that are beyond that. Because, I mean, if you listen to Sakurai Sitchin and also other channelers talk about it too, there were Anunnaki, call them evil aliens, come here and created a human being from Homo erectus and them to do mining gold in South America, and that's the same principle as what, you know, Stephen Hawking says. And you can actually find mines that are 250,000 years old, which is the same age as the Homo sapien. Big mines in South Africa, gold mines. But I think the evil aliens, they're kind of here also. They're vampires, and I could this could be a video about vampires, you know, because lately we've been having so many movies about vampires lately, and maybe it's us, our subconscious, tapping into that whole reality of the vampire. I think that they're not here to get our resources. They're here to get our souls. They're here to suck energy out of our souls by creating elite that will vibe with what they're into, that will then enslave others and, you know, get to boss others around. And so that's where all of the evil in this world comes from. Evil, you know, good comes from everywhere around. You know, the whole universe is connected, so, you know, we're not an enclosed unit. All the good and love and everything comes from out there, so therefore all the evil and stuff would have to come from out there somewhere too, and maybe it's brought by aliens, because people here on Earth get energy off of hurting other people, and, you know, like in the Gulag, or in the whatever you call it, in World War II, and with the Jews in the concentration camps, you know, there are stories of like some, you know, the more evil Germans who we bombed out of existence. So now the Germans are all a bunch of hippies, but I guess there were some evil Germans back then who didn't like the Jews. They were like masturbating and stuff while they were killing the Jews. They were getting off on it sexually. They were like, oh yeah, ooh. You know, so maybe that's kind of what evil vampirism and stuff. It's like, oh, I just fucked that guy over and I got away with it. Haha. I'm strong. Energy. Oh, ooh. You know, I want more. I'm gonna go suck his blood, you know. But so maybe that's what it's all about. And there are evil aliens who come here, and that because all the channelers talk about, if you listen, see, you're gonna think I'm crazy unless you actually get off your ass and do some research, because all these different channelers and not just channelers, but, you know, like Dolores Cannon, like normal people who go into trance and become channelers. And even, you know, you, or maybe when you're thinking hard about it, it's all, you all talking about the same thing. There is this truth out there. It's kind of like, if you just look at through the screen, you can't really see a good picture, but if you take in all of the information together and you move your head around the screen really fast, you can get a perfect picture of what's on the other side of that screen. And so yeah, they're talking about, all the channelers talk about, you know, how the world Earth has been under quarantine. They put the Van Allen belt up there so the aliens can't come through. Now, why would they put an Van Allen belt to make aliens not come through if there weren't bad aliens? So there must be bad aliens who they had to, who, you know, they were wreaking havoc with the Anunnaki coming here and being the Greek gods and, you know, joining in on the wars. I mean, if you read the Mahabharata, I'm halfway through the Mahabharata, but if you read the Mahabharata, it's all about wars. This war after this war after this war. And it's wars between humans with bows and arrows and shields and axes and swords. But you've also got humans with super abilities. And you've also got gods here fighting with the humans, and describing, you know, with the heat-seeking missiles and even there was one about an atomic bomb that was very clearly atomic bomb to me, but I freaking forgot where it was. I went and typed the words, because, you know, Control F, and then you can type the word and it can take you there in the chapter, because I have the entire chapter on one page, but I forgot the exact wording and I couldn't find it, and so I lost it. But anyways, yeah, atomic bombs and gods, and so they were here causing problems here just for fun, just so that they could suck our energy, you know. And actually Anna Hayes talks about this stuff. Yeah, getting off on creating wars, you know, and like the war, the Trojan War was all about that. You know, you have stories in the Trojan War how the gods were fighting on the beach along with the humans. You know, and Mars and Athena were fighting against each other, and for them it was just like WWF. They were just like, you know, I'll cut your arm off and we'll get it sewed back on, whatever. And they're like, yeah, you know, and they're having the humans here like fighting and dying and suffering, and so they're like getting off on it, and that's how they get their energy. And, you know, Anna Hayes goes into it in depth, and I actually have a 17-part video series about that, so I'm not going to go into that right now, but what does that mean to us? What do evil aliens mean to us? Well, the fact of the matter is if there were, you know, bad aliens here for a long time causing wars and reaping havoc and stuff, who even created us? But it doesn't matter, they created us because they used blood from what they were created from anyway, so it's not like we're like evil just because we were created by them. But if they were doing this and then other aliens came and put a quarantine and kicked them out, that means that the strongest aliens are the good aliens. You know, like say the Pleiadians, Sirians, especially like the Arcturians, supposedly are the most strongest ones, are the strongest ones, you know, and the Venusians and all that stuff. They're stronger than those. So all those little vampire aliens, they're just an annoyance. So that's why, you know, I uploaded a video like a few weeks ago where I was like, come and abduct me, aliens. I don't even care if the evil aliens abduct me, you know, even the evil aliens. You know, and it's like, I'm not worried about that, because I don't vibe with that, and I'm never going to get harassed by an evil alien. No, you're never going to get harassed by an evil alien. The only way you're going to get harassed by an evil alien is if you vibe with that vibe, and then you become a vampire, and you go around trying to take advantage of other people, and then, you know, that'll give you your bad karma, which will just, you know, and that's another video talking about karma, but you create your own reality. And, you know, when they turn off the Van Allen belt and stuff, that's probably on December 21st, 2012. That's because that's when you're going to have, they're not going to need the Van Allen belt, because they're going to have all these good aliens here, you know, to manually fend off those evil aliens and send those evil aliens back to, I guess, Marduk or wherever. And they can do their thing and we can ascend and do our thing. And you know, so if you want to fight off aliens, you don't get your AK-47. Somebody wrote me in a video, one of my videos, they're like, yeah, evil aliens, I'm gonna get my AK and blow them away. It's like, no, you know, I mean, that's how mafia fights each other, and guess what happens to the mafia? They all killed each other, you know. What about, you know, you could give all kinds of examples of civil wars, and by the end of the civil war, the whole country's devastated. That's not how you fight them. You fight them by just ignoring them and only focusing on the good aliens. And then those evil aliens are going to be like, oh, fuck it, oh, fuck you, piss off, you can't, and then they can't, and then they're off, and then there you go. So the only way they can do is emotionally. That's the only thing. Emotionally make you try and like put your chest up and take advantage of somebody, rip somebody off, you know, lie to somebody and get away with it, and haha. That's them psychically using their brainwaves on you, twisting you and manipulating you. But if you just go, oh, you know what, I don't have time for that. I'm going to go to the barbecue and have some fun with my friends. You know, I'm going to think about all the beautiful, everything else in the universe that's beautiful, and the good aliens, you know, then that's what you're going to be on. So anyways, yeah, sure, maybe there's evil aliens, but I'm not going to think about it. I don't care about that kind of shit. And you should not care about it either. So fucking Stephen Hawking's a moron for talking about that bullshit. Alright, I'm out of time. Bye-bye.